Sounds good.
All right. So here we. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a surprise interview. Yes, this is not Funny Bone at 7 o'clock. This is STF Wrestling. A surprise interview for y'all today, which is awesome because we love giving our fans surprises. Today, I'm joined by. At least he's not dressed in a damn baby shark outfit, but he's dressed like he's in mourning because he's wearing all black. The man of reason, Mr. Patrick Cole. The dude up there in the purple. I don't know what the hell to think about him. He calls himself the crippled messiah, but he thinks he's just a wrestling encyclopedia. But I just think he's a bunch of blah because he likes orange juice so much. And no, I'm not talking about the drink. I'm talking about orange juice, Orange Cassidy. That's right. He's the biggest Orange Cassidy fan there is, and I think he's so overrated. And of course, I'm the Heartbreaker, and we are joined today by Cold Blooded representing STF Wrestling. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And why don't you let us know about a little bit about your promotion and a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I appreciate it. Well, we're based in Salt Lake City. STF stands for Survival of the Fittest. Mostly, we don't have the O in there, just STF. That's what that stands for. Um, we try to incorporate things that not just wrestling, but like non-wrestling events, like hike ones. We fishing include everybody. So, but as far as on the wrestling side, we pretty much have our doors open to anyone. We like to incorporate wrestling's past because it's got such a great history. We invite those. We've had 2 events so far. Our first one was in February, and we had Medusa and Ren board both come. Last time we got the next one coming up the 20th of Ken Sullivan, Bobby Fulton, Shane Douglas, Jacob Busey from Journey 2. And it's keep us pretty busy, but we've been having fun with it.
Very nice. And that's an impressive list of people that are coming to your show. Oh, sorry. We've been having a little bit of technical difficulties with on his end. So I'm sure he'll be back momentarily. Until then, how are you guys doing tonight? Or today, I guess. It's not really night yet. Oh,
And he's back, thank God, that way you don't have to listen to the Orange Cassidy loving wannabe.
Okay, I think it's back. It's on my end. I don't know what's going on.
It's all right.
Okay.
We'll work with it.
I apologize for that.
I'll keep working on it. And now finally our guest is back, and we don't have to listen to the Orange Cassidy loving purple shirt goofball. So, Messiah, if you can actually not think about yourself and talk about yourself and ask him a question, I'll allow you to talk.
So, who were some of your wrestling heroes growing
up? Really the first started out. That was the Von there. Is my all-time favorite, and then Stan Hansen. So
very nice.
All right, not baby shark loving, but morning person.
What are some of your top tag teams?
Uh-oh. Okay, again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the technical difficulties. We will get this interview started just as soon as we can get the technical difficulties worked out. I'm just going to take this time to say what an honor it is to be interviewing this promotion, and hopefully we'll be able to get working with them soon. So there we are. Okay, we're back.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if you caught the tail end of it, but my all-time favorite is Bruiser Brody.
Ooh, very nice.
So
And Pat, you want to ask your question again? So
What are your top 5 tag teams of all time?
well, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that last part.
he said, "What are your top 5 tag teams of all time?"
Tag team, Road Warriors, Sawa, Kent Kobashi, Press, the Fantastics, and the Headhunters.
Very nice. All right, Heartbreaker, you got. Oh, sorry.
All right. I'm not going to stick with the typical questions because, you see, a gentleman told us here earlier that we need to start thinking as promoters. So this next question is for the promotion itself.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about partnering with another promotion?
Okay.
Have you ever thought about partnering with another promotion out of Utah?
Well, we're really into looking into networking with other promotions, so that would be something that we would be totally open to. And we have a promotion out here called Dive Pro Wrestling, and we do a lot of stuff with, but we, outside of promotion or outside of the state, yeah, we're into up to networking, so that can go. So, yeah.
Well, I think after the interview, Nathan and I would like to actually sit down and talk to you about maybe partnering with Inclusion Pro Wrestling, because we kind of do the same mission statement as you guys do. Nathan is, of course, in a nursing home, and has been confined to a wheelchair all of his life. He can tell the story better than I can. So, Nathan, why don't you take a minute and explain?
Okay, so, and excuse me if I get a little emotional when I explain this. I've been a wrestling fan for over 30 years, and about 20 years ago, I had.
Anyways, back to me, because it really is all about me, the Heartbreaker. That's right. I know everybody tunes in to see me, not the purple Kool-Aid, not the purple orange loving Orange Cassidy or the baby shark loving Pat. No, they're all here to see me. That's right. Welcome back. So, Messiah, you can finish your story.
So, about 20 years ago, I had a chance to go to a training school in Kelso, which is just across the bridge from us. And as the Heartbreaker said, I'm in a wheelchair. So when I got there, they said I wouldn't get into wrestling because wrestling and, people in wheelchairs don't mix because it's a physical sport, right? So, but that didn't stop me. I kept going back every day, and they eventually made me a commentator, but I think they did that just to kind of make themselves feel better a little bit. But it took me 20 years, but I was able to finally, with only being on Social Security, afford to get a wrestling ring that Roddy Piper's been in. And I'm going to pause for a minute until.
Please do. And ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to bring your pet back in the door.
So, and I want to say something in our comment section. No, Mr. Sinister, we can't get me a purple afro. It just wouldn't work for me.
No, Mr. Sinister, we'll make sure we get him a purple afro because I think he'd look cool with an afro full of hair.
Well, I mean, I can pull off anything.
But again, it's not all about you because, you know, they want you to wear, our fans want you to wear a purple afro to go along with that purple shirt of yours.
They're just jealous because I make this look good.
I mean, honest to God, if you actually just give him a plate of cheeseburgers and that afro, you make him look like Grimace.
Yeah, as long as I stay away from the Hamburglar. Okay, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, it cut out and disconnected a couple times. I apologize for that. I heard you say for 20 years and then it cut out.
Okay, so for 20 years, I have been trying to get back involved in wrestling, and I finally got a chance by saving my Social Security money to buy a ring that Roddy Piper's was in, and
Oh, cool.
we're gonna
Cool.
start a promotion called Inclusion Pro Wrestling, and basically it's like
Very
Heartbreaker
cool.
said, it's a lot like your guys' promotion where nobody will be turned away. 3 of the people that are involved have physical disabilities, and we're here to prove that regardless of your disability or whatever you
Very
have
nice.
going on, that like you can live your dream. So if you want to live a wrestling dream, come, hang
Yep.
out with us. If you do it for a little bit and you decide you don't like it, okay, but that you still got to live your dream, right? So
Exactly. Very cool.
we are looking
I like
for
that. That's cool. I'm
partners.
glad to hear that.
So that's
Okay.
we would love to talk to you afterwards and see if we can maybe work out
Sure.
something.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. So, and I just I love wrestling like so much that like like he said, I
Mhm.
live in a nursing home, so all I do is study pro wrestling, right?
Okay. Well, you probably learned a lot then.
Oh yeah, most people study math or science. I study pro wrestling, so.
Okay. Nope.
So who are some, but now I'll get back to a question. Who are some of your biggest rivals in your promotion? I know you said you've only had like two shows, but
I couldn't. I didn't catch that last part I cut out.
I said, who are some of your biggest rivals in your promotion? I know you said you've only had 2 shows, but
We got a new president, Vivan De La Cruz, and she's also on Vivan De LA, her own evil stable, so to speak. We also have August Artois. He's our champion, and he comes out and the crowd hates him, so it's kind of him against everyone. But we do have a few other things building up. A group called Nemesis, and they're involved, and they've kind of gotten something with the team here called Badman Inc. Jeff and Big Bull Braddock. We also have Tombstone Jesus out here, and they went head to head with the Florida Invasion people. We have a lot coming up from Florida, so we have quite a few going on, but it's just in its beginning stages, and we're excited to get it going. But we have some good people on our roster and staff. So
We lost him again.
But let's get back to that. You know, this would be an awesome partnership if we can actually make this happen for our promotion. So we're going to work hard on trying to partner with STF.
Yes, I think they have very similar. Oh, welcome back.
So Pat, do you have or I'm sorry, Mr. Man in Mourning, do you have a question for him?
What are some of your what are the most injuries sustained in your profession?
I'm sorry. What?
What are some of the injuries you've sustained in the industry?
Yeah. Let's see. You want to try that again? There we go. I think he's back now. You want to try that
I
again?
can't hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us now? Hello? Can you hear us now?
I think.
The kid's cutting out.
Okay, let's try this. He wanted to know what were some of the injuries that you've sustained during your career in wrestling, or what's the worst injury you've seen in your promotion so far?
It's really cutting out. I can't hear anything.
Okay, can you hear us? Is that any better?
Cut out. I can't hear anything. No.
Okay. We apologize for that. I don't. We apologize for these, but when you go live, you know, and internet connections, there's bound to be some technical difficulty.
Yeah, and I apologize for the man in purple that looks like Grennis. You know, he works hard to look that good, but sometimes it's just the color that makes him look that bad.
No, see, you had it right at the beginning. I make this color look good.
I don't know. I tend to disagree. I mean, I kind of think of you as Orange Cassidy. You get lucky in the things that you wear.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna go see if I can work with our guest to get him back on.
Okay, good. Anyway, so since we're having technical difficulties, we might have to throw the script here, as they say in wrestling, and card subject is change. So without further ado, we'll just throw in some some quirky little one takes of this week in wrestling history. Well, maybe not this week in wrestling history, because I don't know the history. Well, Hulk Hogan turned 70 years old this week. The last time I seen Hulk Hogan, he was in Portland, Oregon for his, I think it was his 60th birthday. So that tells you how long it's been since I've seen Hulk Hogan in person. And let me tell you something, brother. He don't look as good as he used to anymore. Those 24-inch pythons don't look like 24-inch pythons anymore. All right, and our guest is back. Welcome back.
I'm gonna try a different room. That'll help.
Okay, we'll see.
Let's see if that helps. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
All right, so let's try another question. I'm looking at your August 26th card here,
Okay.
and I see a couple of fatal four-way matches.
Okay.
Yeah, very intriguing matches. One men's, one's women's. You know, let's start with the men. You know, how'd you find a man that looks like a pig? I think his name's Ham.
Ham.
And Jared Fulton, isn't he a second generation star or something like that too?
I think he froze again. So until he comes back, let's talk about Hulk Hogan and turning 70. Now, to be fair,
of course you want to talk about Hogan turning 70. He's your all-time favorite wrestler. Of course you want to talk about him.
and you brought him up.
Because it's all about the crippled Messiah. Well, I was making a joke that he doesn't look like he used to when he was 60, brother. He looks like he's old and his muscles are all wrinkly. He doesn't even have those buff arms like he used to have. It looks like the last 10 years have really made him look gone to hell.
Well, to be fair, right now, the only commercial that Hulk Hogan can get away with doing is AARP.
You know, I mean, he can only tell you, you know, let me talk to you, brother, or let me tell you something, Mean Gene, so many times before the flab finally gets to him. Well, I think the flab finally got to him.
What do you think, Pat? I mean, sure, the guy's had like 9 back surgeries. And
Honestly, I'm just surprised that he's still walking after all the surgeries he's had.
okay, so the guy from STF said that his laptop is broken and he's very sorry about the technical difficulties. My idea would be maybe to see if we can maybe reschedule this for some time when his laptop gets fixed, and maybe that'll fix the internet issue. Maybe it's just off of his phone. What do you guys think?
I think so. And, you know, why don't you go talk to him and see if they're willing to partner with us in the promotion. And Pat and I'll just bebop around here for a few more minutes, and you can join us when you come back from talking to him.
Okay.
All right. So now, since the elephant's out of the room, and it's just the cool the cool two people of the podcast on this talking now, you know, why don't we do the destruction of the bloodline storyline? Because this is quite interesting. Friday night, Jey Uso said he's out of the WWE, out of the bloodline, and off of SmackDown. Now, we're gonna go a little bit deeper in this. 1 week ago, everybody, including the panel here, thought Rey Mysterio was done. Absolutely DONE done. He was gonna have to retire. But bravo Triple H and WWE for pulling the wool over every fan's eyes and bringing back kayfabe again and fooling your entire audience. Bravo, way to go. It's about damn time WWE did this again. Now, with that being said, let's fast forward to this Jey Uso thing. Fans, do you really think WWE is going to be stupid enough to let Jey Uso go to AEW? I mean, come on. I've seen it all over the internet. Are you guys that fucking gullible that WWE is going to let Jey Uso leave WWE and the Bloodline for their rival company? Not in 50 years has a member of that family worked for another company. So do you all really think you're going to be that gullible again and let WWE get you guys again? Come on, people. I mean, even Rikishi's went online saying, you know, you better see me now before I get back in WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, why would Rikishi go back to the WWE? 2 reasons. Either he is going back to do a Legends deal about the Tribal Chief Summit, or he is going back for something bigger at maybe the next pay-per-view. You know, and again, it's just speculation and rumor that he is going to be a special guest referee against Jimmy and Jay. My question to everybody is, which one of the boys is going to get a stink face? Is Solo going to interfere and he's going to get the stink face? Or are all 3 boys going to actually finally join together with their father and Roman comes in and he gets the big stink face? Now, hopefully, my opinion is the WWE Universal Champion or the undisputed Universal Champion is the one that gets the stink face. But, you know, that's just my personal opinion. Mr. Grimace, man, you shut your mouth and know your damn role while I'm on a roll. Because I've commandeered this podcast. I've taken it over. It's all about me. That's right. All about me. Not about the man in the purple shirt up there. Ooh, this is the quietest I've seen him in almost 150 shows, everybody. But those are just my opinions on that. And I don't have to get to the Crippled Messiah's opinions on that because I know he agrees with everything I had just said. Which is why we did this segment until he can get back with us. So, Mr. Messiah, are you back with us? Or are you still talking to the other?
I'm working on a partnership, but I will say this. The guy that I think should get the stink face is Paul Heyman. Why? Because there's history there with Paul Heyman and Rikishi back when Paul Heyman was manager of the Samoan SWAT team. And you can't tell me there ain't no negative history because it is Paul Heyman. He probably didn't pay him all the way.
Touche. I forgot all.
I'm gonna finish that working on a partnership because he is interested.
Okay. Goodbye, paint dry. Go do your job. You are the weakest link. Bye-bye. All right, man in the black shirt. Remember, remember everything is just rumor. But go ahead. What are your thoughts?
My thought is I have to agree with you and Nathan. I think someone in the bloodline is going to get a stink face. Is it going to be Roman or is it going to be Heyman? Or is it going to be both? I think it's going to be both.
And only time will tell about that. But let's see here. What are some of the other exciting? Again, AEW. I can't fault you for putting on superb shows, because the ending of Collision yesterday, you had everybody fooled. House of Black should have lost, and I totally agree with that. They should have lost. However, bravo for putting the curve in there and having Samoa Joe come and choke out CM Punk to set up the match for Wembley. However, that is still speculation and a rumor that match is going to happen, but the build-up and the build-up and the build-up and the anticipation that it's finally going to happen might actually happen. And their first 4 matches have been out fucking standing. CM Punk, who I still believe is one of the best in the world, unannounced to the man in the purple shirt that has his tongue sticking out on camera, who does not agree with Mr. CM Punk being the best in the world. And Mr. CM Punk, anytime you want to come on this podcast and dispute that with him, let me know. My inbox is always open. In fact, I would love to have you come on this podcast and put the crippled Messiah to shame. Maybe we'll have a Can You Stump the Messiah? And if you can stump the Messiah, we will make you the host of this show, Mr. Punk. That's right. And then Mr. Messiah would have to be your little bitch boy for as long as we decide. I say a good maybe 100 episodes. Man, it's so nice running this show without having the interruption of Mr. Messiah. So I think I'm going to take more advantage of this. That sit down that Malachi and CM Punk had, outstanding. Sign me up for a one-on-one match versus those two any time of the day, please. Pat, your thoughts?
Oh, I would love to see a singles match between those two. I mean, I didn't expect Joe to come out of the crowd and choke out CM Punk. I, like everyone else, thought that House Black lost the titles. So, I agree. Big props to AEW for throwing that swerve in there. With the TNT title, I have to agree with Arn Anderson where he said Christian is not the TNT champion. Luchasaurus is. And
yeah, there's a storyline being built in for that too. I have a funny feeling.
Oh, so do I.
But let's see here. What else can we talk about without Messiah? Man, purple just isn't his color. I think he needs a different color shirt on. Purple just isn't his color. And that face that he's making on camera, man, only a mother could love.
Well, we could talk about Ricky Starks.
What about Ricky Starks? A little bitch boy got suspended for 30 days for beating the shit out of a legend.
And he turned around and got a so-called manager's license. So he can stay on TV.
Yeah.
Who's he going to manage?
He doesn't have to manage anybody. He's got a manager's license. That puts him back on TV. It builds the storyline between him and Punk.
Something tells me it's going to escalate. If if this comes to fruition, Joe and Punk, I think he's gonna find a way to interfere and cost Punk.
But, you know, now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart. The second part of this catch line, Inclusion Pro Wrestling. That's right. As much as I give Grimace shit, this is really well deserved. And if you guys joined us yesterday evening with our interview with Bulldog, we inducted another 2 members into our Hall of Fame. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, another 2 members. Our 2023 class is going to be pretty huge, but you know what? It's our first class. So, you know, bravo to that. And it looks like the Grimace only the mother could love Smile Boy is back with us permanently, unfortunately. So, I'm going to finish up with the Hall of Fame class. Again, for the Inclusion Matters Award portion of it, which is our Warrior Award, we have Mr. Rex Michelson. Yeah, some people say that he doesn't deserve it, but you know what? He's been over 20 years in the business too, just like Mr. Noss. And he's been told no, he can't do it. And he's finally been given a chance to referee. So that's the reason I included him in the Inclusion Matters Award. Mr. Noss himself, the crippled Messiah, as much as he's a pain in my ass, as much as he sounds like paint's drying, I have nothing but love and respect for that man. You know, his journey to this award has been, like he said, documented in his mission statement each and every day. 20 years ago, he was told he would never be able to get into a wrestling ring, let alone be involved in professional wrestling. Here he is finally 20 years later, not only being involved in professional wrestling, but owning a professional wrestling company. And then the next 2 into the inclusion wing are Mrs. Lone Star Dana and Mrs. Bulldog Dana. Or Katie, sorry. Both of them, those ladies, have done so much for the world of professional wrestling when their husbands have given their all to the sport of professional wrestling. And I'm not going to call it sports entertainment. I'm going to call it sports, because that's what it is. It's entertainment. It's a sport. It's not sports entertainment. You know. And then our class in itself, ladies and gentlemen, this class is huge. Starting out with Mr. 15,000 wins, just recently retired, Mr. T-Rex. The man, the myth, the legend that actually gave us the wrestling ring to start Inclusion Pro Wrestling. Of course, it's an honor to induct Mr. Lone Star into the Hall of Fame. Mr. Bulldog Brown, man, the voice that I grew up on as a kid watching WCWC. What an honor to induct him into our Hall of Fame. Moving forward, our next inductee is, well, a private inductee. We cannot name her. Sorry. So we'll scratch that one. Our next inductee is the son of Playboy Buddy Rose. That's right. Buddy Highway is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame the same year that we induct his father, Buddy Rose, into our Hall of Fame. That's right. So you get Buddy Rose and his son being inducted into our Hall of Fame. And last but not least, finally, Mr. Bulldog Brown Jr. inducted into the Hall of Fame, again, for his legendary work as an announcer and a promoter. And just some of the stories that he told us last night were amazing in themselves. And there might be a few more surprises coming for inductees. But for right now, we're going to have that induction ceremony the Friday night before our show on Saturday in November. we're trying to find a location now to have that done. But tickets are going to be $50 or $60. I haven't decided yet for the dinner and the Hall of Fame enshrining.
Sorry, I don't understand.
All right, so Mr. Noss is back with some breaking news, I'm assuming.
Yes.
No? Okay. So
We're
moving.
in the process of, and we're getting closer to negotiating a partnership with STF Pro Wrestling. So more to come. I don't want to get too far into it before it's official, but
Okay, well, I'm sorry for having him butt in like that, but he likes to butt in like that. So he seems to think it's his show still.
and quite frankly, my mom does love me. Thank you very much. I heard that from earlier, so
Well, when you're sitting there, it's only a face a mom could love, you know? So, okay, so I guess since this interview has been concluded and we're going to reschedule with STF, which is okay with us because we would rather him come on and give us a good interview than to have him keep breaking out like that with bad internet connections. So I want to thank him for attempting to come on today. I want to thank him for some of the maybe potential partnerships that we have and talent sharing that we may have. So for the man in mourning who may or may not dress like a baby shark tonight with Funny Bone, God, I hope not. For the man with, you put on a purple wig or a purple afro, would look just like Grimace and eat a plate full of hamburgers. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he probably could eat the entire plate of hamburgers, as long as the Hamburglar isn't around him. The crippled Messiah, who actually didn't get a lot of talking in today, which is fine with me. You know,
to be fair, the man that knows it all isn't dressed up like the man in mourning. He's more dressed up like he's going to the funeral of like a combination of Buddy Holly and Baby Huey.
Oh, well, I thought he was in mourning because his Mariners choked on Felix A again.
His Mariners, he's a Dodger fan. We should be on him for that.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Dodgers that stole Freddie Freeman that aren't doing shit this year, where my Braves are actually having a first baseman who's hit 40 home runs this year already. That's right. And won by 27 runs in 2 games of a doubleheader last night. I mean, what happened to those damn Mets? But, that's for another day in time. Both the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers were supposed to go out and do something in baseball this year. Neither one of them have. But, that's for another time, another story, and another dig. But because I happen to enjoy the Man in Black more so than the Man in Purple, and that's why I would never dig on him so much. However, the Man in Purple, man, just digging on him is cool. So, next time we see you, whenever, it could be wherever, but we'll see you when we see you. Because that's just cool. Good night.
Good afternoon. It's not nighttime yet.